The lines started to crumple immediately.
It's happening faster than I thought, Kamina. Warn my support team. Have May be prepared for Heavenly Ones, and tell my soldiers to march in, but not to interfere with the Azish reserves.
Yes, sir. Sir, where will you be waiting for them?
Waiting?
Adolin pulled on his helmet. Then he threw himself off the balcony. A drop of 30 feet was hazardous in shard plate, but he couldn't help but feel a burst of excitement as he hit. His armor held up, and in seconds he was charging across the open stone toward the battle. And storms, it had been too long. He had forgotten the power of wearing plate. Indeed, he seemed faster than he remembered, each step launching him forward, steel grinding rock, barreling toward the conflict ahead, where the Azish held. Their lines buckled, and their soldiers screamed. But counter to his fears, their lines managed to hold against the onslaught of enemy troops. Barely. They'd break soon. Lightning, hulking dire forms followed by a flood of conventional war forms. The control building began flashing quickly, each flash depositing another platoon of soldiers who ran out, making room for others to enter behind. Even he had underestimated how quickly they'd be able to deploy, and while the Azish performed better than he'd expected, the dire forms made an effort to break through in one specific spot. They needed to puncture the ring of Azish defenders, then flood out and try a surrounding maneuver. That puncture point was where Adolin was needed. He arrived at blinding speed, skidding across the stones and summoning Maya in a flash.
Charge bearer, make room!
They folded their line, executing the orders perfectly, and Adolin hit the enemy like a rushing river of steel and blade. Adolin downed the first few dire forms with flashes of blade. The Azish gave him room, and the entire ring began to fall back as reserves from the perimeter joined them. Stormfather said that they'd see what his men were doing and align their tactics. He didn't have time to look, as more and more regals began turning his direction. Shards were a luscious prize. He clashed with an enormous dire form who bore a shield that blocked his shard blade. A Vaden half-shard. Those had started showing up on battlefields, plus shields lined in aluminum, which could stop a blade too. Adolin ducked a swing from the dire form, who also wielded a massive axe, larger than any human could have held without plate, then lunged expertly, skewering the dire form and dropping her. Behind that, storm forms unleashed lightning, and in the flashes he was again reminded of Sureblood's death. In honor of the fallen, he kept his cool. Adolin wasn't his father, but today he'd have done the Blackthorn proud as he advanced, Maya whistling through the air as he engaged 3 dire forms at once.